three British seaside towns reinventing themselves today. There's something timeless about the British seaside. The arcades, the scent of salt and chips, the echo of laughter from another era. But behind the nostalgia, a quiet revolution is taking place. Across the coast, old resorts are rediscovering new purpose. In this story of three British seaside towns reinventing themselves today, we'll explore Margate, Folkestone, and Blackpool. Three places proving that decline isn't destiny. With art, creativity, and ambition as their tools, they're rewriting what it means to live, work, and dream by the sea in modern Britain. 3. Margate, Kent. Margate has always had charisma. Its golden sands, vintage rides, and soft seaside light once drew painters and poets. But by the early 2000s, it was struggling. Unemployment was high, shops were shuttered, and the pier's laughter had faded. Then, in 2011, something remarkable happened. The Turner Contemporary Gallery, named after J.M.W. Turner, opened on the seafront. A minimalist glass and steel beacon built on the spot where Turner once painted the sky. At first, locals were sceptical. Could an art gallery really revive a working-class seaside town? The answer came quickly, and emphatically. Yes. According to Turner Contemporary's own figures, the gallery has now welcomed over 4.5 million visitors and injected £100 million into the local economy. turnercontemporary.org. What followed wasn't just art tourism, it was transformation. New cafes, boutique shops, and creative studios sprang up across the Old Town, drawing artists, entrepreneurs, and dreamers from across the UK. In the same decade, the town's most iconic landmark, Dreamland Amusement Park, rose again. Abandoned for years, it reopened in 2015 after a major Heritage Lottery Fund-backed restoration, blending nostalgia with modern entertainment. Today, Dreamland hosts concerts, street food festivals, and vintage fairs that pull in thousands year-round. By 2019, Thanet District, which includes Margate, recorded 4.6 million annual visitors, contributing £352 million to the local economy, according to the Isle of Thanet News. Those numbers reflect a town that no longer lives off memories, but off momentum. What makes Margate's story special is that its regeneration wasn't imposed from above. It grew organically. Local residents launched creative collectives, pop-up markets, and small galleries. Street art brightened alleyways, and once derelict Victorian buildings became creative workspaces. The seaside cliché, faded grandeur, has been replaced with vibrancy. Margate feels alive again. From the gallery steps, you can see families, skaters, and filmmakers all sharing the same promenade. This is no longer just a day trip destination. It's a cultural movement with a pulse. Margate has become a blueprint for coastal renewal. By investing in creativity instead of concrete, it turned art into an economy and heritage into opportunity. It stands proudly among the three British seaside towns reinventing themselves today, proving that even the most nostalgic towns can find new ways to shine. 2. Folkestone, Kent. Just an hour away along the same Kent coastline, Folkestone has quietly staged one of the most community-driven transformations in Britain. Once a ferry port left adrift by modern transport, the town now hums with artistic energy, optimism, and an entirely new identity. It all began in the early 2000s, when philanthropist Roger De Haan, the former Saga Group CEO, decided to invest his fortune locally rather than elsewhere. Through his foundation, he launched Creative Folkestone, an ambitious initiative designed to restore crumbling buildings, attract artists, and bring education and culture back to the heart of town. The results, 20 years on, are extraordinary. According to official figures from Creative Folkestone, the organisation has transformed more than 90 buildings into studios, flats, and workshops for artists and small businesses, creativefolkstone.org.uk. The result is a living, breathing creative quarter, where cobbled streets like the old High Street now pulse with galleries, cafes, record shops and designer ateliers. The UK Parliament's Seaside Towns Report, 2019, named Folkestone as one of the country's most successful examples of arts-led regeneration, highlighting how education and creativity can drive long-term sustainability. That recognition has only grown as the town's reputation spreads. Folkestone's transformation extends to its waterfront. The once derelict harbour arm, a historic ferry terminal, has been reimagined as a vibrant promenade lined with bars, restaurants and pop-up performance spaces. Each weekend, live bands play while families stroll past the sea, revelling in a new kind of coastal life. In 2020, the Folkestone Harbour and Seafront Development Company secured planning approval for a major scheme, adding over 400 new homes and mixed-use public space. beadonline.co.uk. The project's goal is to reconnect the town centre with the sea, symbolically and physically. At the same time, the Folkestone Triennial, a world-renowned art festival, continues to turn the entire town into an open-air gallery every 3 years. Many installations are left in place permanently, creating a trail that attracts thousands of visitors long after the event ends. Thanks to the HS1 high-speed rail line, Folkestone is now under an hour from London. That connectivity has encouraged a new wave of residents, remote workers, families, and creative professionals seeking balance between affordability and inspiration. What makes Folkestone's story inspiring is its inclusivity. The regeneration hasn't priced out locals, it's empowered them. Schools collaborate with artists, and local charities use culture to tackle social isolation and youth unemployment. Folkestone is living proof that regeneration doesn't have to mean gentrification. By giving people space to create and belong, it has turned a once-forgotten port into a thriving model of community-led renewal. Among the 3 British seaside towns reinventing themselves today, Folkestone is the soul, creative, collaborative, and defiantly hopeful. 1. Blackpool, Lancashire. Blackpool, once the beating heart of the Great British Holiday, is experiencing a rebirth on a scale unmatched anywhere else on the coast. The illuminations still shine, the tower still stands proud, but beneath the nostalgia lies an extraordinary £1 billion transformation designed to secure the town's future for generations. According to Blackpool Council, the Growth and Prosperity Programme now totals over £1 billion in investment. blackpool.gov.uk. It includes major infrastructure, education and leisure projects, all focused on making Blackpool a year-round economy instead of a seasonal one. At its core is the Talbot Gateway, a £350 million mixed-use redevelopment surrounding Blackpool North Station. The first 2 phases brought new roads, offices and hotels. The third, currently underway, features a £100 million civil service hub that will relocate 3,000 government employees to the seaside. It's a massive vote of confidence, and one that changes the town's economic DNA. Education plays a key role too. The upcoming Blackpool Multiversity, funded by a £40 million Department for Education investment, will be a carbon-neutral campus offering degrees and technical training in digital, media and engineering disciplines. liveblackpool.info. When it opens in 2027, it will help thousands gain new skills without leaving the region. Meanwhile, the Blackpool Central Development, a £300 million leisure and entertainment complex on the site of the old Central Station, is taking shape with help from a £40 million UK Government Levelling Up Fund grant announced in 2022, blackpool.gov.uk. The plan includes hotels, restaurants and immersive attractions expected to draw 600,000 extra visitors each year and create around 1,000 jobs. Add to this the newly completed £28 million Winter Gardens Conference Centre, opened in 2022, which has already hosted major political and entertainment events. The town's historic architecture is also being preserved under a Heritage Action Zone, launched in 2020, ensuring that as Blackpool modernises, it doesn't lose its soul. Blackpool's revival is visible everywhere: new trams, refurbished theatres, upgraded housing, and a buzz of optimism that's been missing for decades. It's not just redevelopment, it's reinvention. Local leaders call it the next chapter in Blackpool's story, and rightly so. The town that once symbolised the height of working-class leisure is now redefining what regeneration means for a modern Britain. Opportunity, education, entertainment and pride. If Margate represents the artistic comeback and Folkestone the creative spirit, then Blackpool is the scale model. A town proving that faith, funding and fearless ambition can turn the tide for even the most challenged communities. It stands tall as the number one among the 3 British seaside towns reinventing themselves today. From Margate's artistic glow to Folkestone's creative pulse and Blackpool's billion-pound renewal, these 3 British seaside towns reinventing themselves today prove one thing: Britain's seaside isn't slipping into history, it's sailing into the future, powered by culture, innovation, and the enduring spirit of the coast. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and don't forget to turn